Guys, Deluded Gooner, now we've had some time to try and gain some facts, to see different footage, to let things brew and sit. I'm talking in regards to Arsenal versus Cologne. Now, away from the football pitch, we all know it was marred for several reasons. Kickoff was delayed because of fan trouble. Rumours anything from 20,000 to 17,000. Cologne fans travelled despite only having 2,000 plus allocation. The club did ask for 5% from us, so we have to hold our hands up for that. Several different things, buying shirts and pushing in into the ground and all these sort of things. You're seeing conflicting videos. Some got footage saying it's calm and things like that. Some show absolute carnage. Those who, like me, weren't there, or even if you were there, you don't know the facts. So we're not gonna pick sides and things. I can only talk about what I've learned or what I've seen and things like that. Now let's talk about several things. Firstly, the ticket trouts. People have blamed the ticket trouts, especially to the away fans, because it would have been around £20. They're charging them 100. Now, personally, I don't see nothing wrong with ticket trouting. Yes, it's illegal and things like that, but what essentially is it? The businessman in me can't see anything wrong with it. It's making a profit. These clubs make 10 times the profit. I can't blame the honest little fan who wants to get his son and daughter to the game and wants to kind of recoup the profits, some profits and cut down the cost so he can buy them a hot dog or a shirt or just do things, because people are living real life out here trying to pay real bills. So there's nothing wrong with selling tickets on or gig tickets on. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're selling illegal stuff and doing illegal, proper illegal things like fake stuff and just swindling people, yeah, there's a problem. You can blame them, but you also can't blame them, because, I mean, what I can blame Arsenal for, of course, the first incident I'm about to name is minor, but do you remember when we played Bayern Munich? I'm sure the game stopped for a couple of seconds because of tissue being thrown onto the pitch / further down by the fans. That should give you a glimpse, as minor as it is, that should give you a glimpse as to how passionate the German fans are, and a small section of how some can behave. So you need to plan. Added to that, Cologne fans, they have to hold their share of the blame, but it's their first game in Europe in 20 plus years. All they've known for how long, many years, is relegation. They used to get 40, 50k gates in the second division. This show is a footballing mad town. Like, all of them love footballing community. What do I always tell you? Like, football mirrors society, and that's a very good example, the Cologne fans. So with knowing all of this, should you not be proactive? And yes, you've got to blame the police force and things like that. But what our club can be blamed for is not having extra protection, extra stewarding, the extra fan safety, the extra police and forces if you need to do that, proper planning and mitigation. I mean, there was a point you was looking in our home section. What are all of these away fans doing? This is the things you can hold Arsenal to account for, and they should have planned. But just like on the football pitch, there's no forward planning. Of course, you can't blame them for all of this. No one would have expected all of this, but you need to hold your hands up. Cologne need to hold their hands up, because ultimately they've been charged just like us they've been charged by the UEFA. They were blocking stairways, attacking stewards, crowd issues allegedly. All of these sort of things. Stewards that are trying to make money to eat do not deserve to get beaten up. And I feel the club statement, Cologne's arrogance, it completely didn't accept that the Cologne fans had nothing to do with it. They said they're proud of their footballing fans and all of these sort of things. And they did highlight, they asked for 5% of the ticket and 5% of the stadium to be allocated for tickets to them. It did feel like it was a bit arrogant. And if you take that game, you can imagine it's going to be eventful when we go to their place. I mean, it's going to be rocking, and for the young players, that's going to be exciting. But it's ridiculous on both sides. Both sides have been charged. We don't know if it's going to be fines, if it's going to be part of stadium closures, or playing the game behind closed doors. I don't think it'd be that extreme. But you never know. You can't rule anything else out. For them, come on. Imagine being in relegation and these things for how many years, and not being in Europe for 20 years, and then you're coming and you're playing Arsenal. Of course, we're a big club. I mean, we're falling by the wayside as a sleeping giant, but we're a big club. That's fairy tale stuff. You can't hold their fans up to that. Imagine us. We were out of the top four for 20 years. We now get in the top four, and we get Bayern Munich and Barcelona. Obviously, they're going to slap us up, but we'll be excited. And you can see the excitement, how it transmitted. It looked like it shows how crap the atmosphere at the Emirates is, but it also shows how passionate there is. It was like playing away. It was like playing away from home. Like I said, it's a fairy tale. Both sides are to blame. The culture of football in Germany is slightly more relaxed. Yes, there are ultras, and it's not always black and white, but fans do sit next to each other. In some instances, rival fans sit next to each other. I can't imagine probably only Liverpool and Everton fans. No shots. It's just because they seem to have the most friendly of rivalries of recent years. I can't see anybody else on that. Like, I couldn't see Man United and City sitting next to each other. Definitely Arsenal versus Spurs. Definitely not. Yeah, you couldn't see it happening in any other aspect. So maybe it's a culture clash. Maybe it's a thing of problems. Maybe it's laxy-daisy from both sides. Well, it is. But yeah, you guys asked for my opinion on this, so I gave it. I don't really think there was much to say, but when you guys ask, I listen. That's why I'm one of you guys. That's why you lot watch the YouTubes and N'Golo Kante and not these self-indulgent pricks. Guys, to do the goon, I'm signing out. Thank you for watching.